Hey YouTube, Sean, Leslie Lover Dummies. It's the day you've all been waiting for. I finally have a Umarex T4E revolver. Yes, I bought an Hdr50. I know it's been a long time coming. Hey, but I got one now, that's all that matters. So I'm gonna unbox it, go through it all in a general sense. I think there's lots of videos out there about it, and I will also, I'm gonna weigh the very limited ammo that I have in 50 cal. I'm gonna weigh it, load it, and shoot it in a out of the box 7.5 joule Hdr50. If you didn't notice, I took a little whack to the lip there, so it might look like I got a fat lip. So, gotta watch out for those sky wrenches. While making a roadside repair, a wrench came flying out while I was holding on to the impact on the other side and whack, right in the face. So, maybe it sounds a little like I got marbles, but I'm here. Marker's there. Let's have a look. There she blows. T4E Tr50. So in Canada, it is rebranded as a tactical revolver. This is to circumvent self-defense laws that we have here. Pretty corny, but it works. So here it is. Honestly, guys, my initial impression, even before I unboxed the box this came in, was I thought I got the wrong shipment. I thought they missed the marker that I ordered, because when I got the box in my front door, I was like, what the heck? It's too light, it's too small. What is going on? I hope they didn't screw up. Open the box, and this is what I found. Instruction manual, who cares? First impressions. I don't know, do you guys have small hands? It's only a joke, but honestly, looking at, in the years this marker has been out, and I pictured it much larger than it actually is. The box is small. In my hand, it feels small. For whatever reason, I guess they say the camera adds 10 pounds. I guess the camera adds 2 inches in tiny hands. I don't know. I'm gonna watch my own video after this and see, does this marker look large? In fact, it is not. It is not large at all. Well, in typical T4E fashion, you know, it has a plastic polymer case. I don't know what it's made of. You got your safety on the trigger, your indicator pin there, your drum release here, and as you can see, oh, I haven't fired it yet. Oh, dropping balls already. But I was sizing ammo, let's call it that. So you just insert your magazine, your drum, back in, and then release your pin, put your CO2 in the bottom, and here is something I found. This marker, out of the box, super, I can't get this off by hand. So, have a look, what else is in here? I got 4 extra drums, which I've also loaded mostly up with projectiles. So we got 1 drum there, 1 drum there. We'll call them cylinders. I got an empty one that I haven't loaded yet. Again, I haven't fired this marker yet. I was just sizing ammo. They include this stubby little Allen key, and I'm assuming it's stubby. It's so that you don't over torque your cap. because we know what happens when that happens. You end up cracking the crimp here and possibly blowing your cylinder. So this is ultra stiff. I've already removed it once actually, and I lubricated the O-ring and the threads, and I put it back in. That was last night, and I put it in empty, of course. You can see there's plenty of lube on that guy. It's probably shining the wet. No CO2. This is a 7.5 joule model. So there it is. There is no CO2 restrictor. This has the ultra large valve block inside. Don't know why it's so stiff. Maybe it'll loosen up. Either case, I may be using this wrench, stubby little wrench in the meantime. Yeah, overall, feels like it's got some good action. It's a little stiff. I know there's some mods out there that, you can kind of polish the, whatever that barrel seal there, try and smooth that action out. Now here's something maybe you guys can help me with. I swear in the videos that I've been watching of the HDR, even over the years, but even recently, there was always a talk where if your balls are too loose, they would roll out. And I've noticed on this one, and I noticed on Jeff McKay's video that he also had this, and I've noticed on a few other videos as well. So this sort of swoop section here is now blocking the balls. Was that always like that? For some reason, I swear I saw people, holding their marker and balls dropping out that were too loose to fit in the cylinder. But now, it has this wing here that, unless it was there the whole time and I'm just nuts, but yeah, let me know in the comments. So even with loose balls, well, at least you won't look like a fool and they won't be dropping. Well, at least I don't think they'll drop up the barrel, but maybe they will. I don't know. I'm new. Still new, guys. Yeah, overall, yeah. Cool little marker. It's probably gonna suck bad, being it's a 7.5 joule version. And I already did have some questions in the Facebook group if this had the newest threaded and crimped CO2 chamber. I don't know yet, I haven't opened it. It did come in what I believe to be the updated carton packaging, so I'm hoping so, but I really won't know until I open it, and even then I'm not sure there will be any distinguishable feature about it, but I will do my best to find that out. If we're getting the new ones yet or not, or was it just complete BS? Okay, well, enough with that. Let's pop this cylinder out of here. So I have very limited ammo here, as I mentioned. We'll start with, I'm gonna fire all these off. I'm just gonna use the same CO2. I don't think I'm gonna waste a bunch of CO2 because it is heavily restricted. It'll probably shoot all these with kind of equal force. I need something to put those guys in. Okay, the lightest, well, I do have rubber balls, Umarex rubber balls, but I completely dislike those things, so I'm just gonna skip to the good stuff. Riot balls, these are 3.5 grams. They are 12.4 millimeters in diameter, and as you saw, they are kind of loose fitting. Of course, now it's not loose fitting. There you go. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say 12.3 is questionable. Yeah, let's skip that for now. Okay, 12.4 millimeters. Sorry, wrench must have hit me harder than I thought. So these ride balls are 12.4 millimeters. They are 3.5 grams. And you see how easy they come out, and I will verify the weight here. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. I'll just plop them back in there. Yeah, they're just flopping out of there now. I guess it's a little bit, stretch my mag out a little maybe, I don't know. Whatever. And here's something Mr. LLC hasn't seen in a long time. I busted out. He sent me, yeah, maybe what, a year ago? Some DIY shaped projectiles, 50 caliber. I won't take those ones out of there just because they're in there. This was when he was in his infancy. This will bring back some memories for him. Yes, they're pink. He got some like some 177 caliber BBs in there. They fit quite nice in the drum, as you can see. These aren't coming out. They take just a little flick to get in there. Well, they're actually lighter. I thought these were lighter. So maybe we'll start with those. Let's wait a couple more. 3.4. 3.4. 3.4. I mean, 3.3. Let's cut him some slack. We'll call these 3.4, I think, is a safe number. Don't know the bore size. Like I said, they fit nicely though. These aren't coming out any day soon. The next up was 12.5 millimeter steel ball bearings. I had these. I was shooting these from Hdr50 for a bit until I bore matched my barrel, my home defense barrel, home defense 24 barrel actually, to accept the larger balls. These, I think, are around 8 grams. Sharpie's almost wearing off of there. All these rounds I haven't seen the light of day in a little while, guys. So I'll pull 3 of these guys out of here. 12.5. Like 8 grams. It almost said 8 grams exactly. 8 grams. 8 grams. These fit a little bit snugger than Mr. LLC's shaped projectiles here, but not so much. Like I could just kind of pop, push them in, no problem. Again, these aren't coming out. Last but not least, yes, I only have 4 different kinds of projectiles. Oh, I better not mix these up or I'm gonna be in the doghouse. I'll be out here weighing balls all evening trying to sort them. Our Volvi Precision bearings. These were recommended to me. Wow, there's another one, Jeff Mackey. These are recommended by Jeff. Wow, probably almost 2 years ago. These are 12.7 millimeter ball bearings. They are of the 8.4 gram variety. I'm gonna put 6 out here. Eight point four. 8.4. 8.4. All right. The reason why I didn't load these up yet, I wanted to show you guys. These are ultra tight in the drum, but I remember reading a few moons ago, Kaizo from Less Lethal Defense had said, do not drill your mag out, your drum, your cylinder. God, it's gonna be hard to get used to saying that, having a revolver now. What is this nonsense? Anyways, he said, do not drill your cylinder out to accept these. Rather, just force them in. So that is what I'm gonna do. And the reason he said that was this cylinder drum will begin to have memory from doing this. I may, and I'm gonna be honest, they're really tight in there, but they're going in. You may expect to see reduced velocity at first shooting these. Over, say, these 12.5 millimeters that just kind of go in pretty easy. But I think the more you shoot them, the more they're being cycled in this cylinder, the better you will be. And let me just confirm that they're going to fit in there. I think I need to push them in just a little bit more. Yes, I do. There we go. That one fit better. They fit. How do they shoot? Well, I'm pretty sure they're going to shoot anyways. But now the fun stuff. I'll load up a CO2. I'll bang through these. I'll measure them. I'll laugh. You'll laugh with me. And then we can move on to bigger and badder things.
Oh, I did leave out some important stuff in the manual in case you guys didn't read it. Never try to force a CO2 capsule in or out of place. Do not store the marker with a pierced capsule or a previously pierced capsule. Apply a drop of RWS air chamber lube to capsule. And they mean every time. And before we get going here, well, I don't know what RWS air oil is. I know paintball markers in general, launchers, silicone-based oil. Tech T gun drops is what I previously used. I was running low. So I took a tip from Noob T4E guns, and I picked up some super lube. It's been working well on my other markers. It has Teflon in it. Don't know what this has in it. It's silicone oil, but it doesn't advertise as Teflon. They don't advertise this to use with any kind of machinery or anything. Whereas this is, yeah, people use this for a lot of stuff. It's food grade, non-conducting, with Teflon. I have no idea how long this marker has been sitting. I'm going to over lube it the first time. So instead of putting a Yeah. Where'd my CO2 go? There it is. Instead of putting a drop, like a dab, just to kind of wet the end of this, I'm just gonna, oh, it's dripping out everywhere already. I'm gonna squirt some in here. Try and get it right down there. Boop. And that was a glob. Because I really don't want to take this thing apart yet. Extra oil isn't really going to, it's not going to damage your marker. You know, if you put too much in, it could cause a malfunction, or reduce velocity, but in reality, it's not going to really hurt anything. And I should probably, even though I put a lot down in the actual air chamber, and I put a dab on there, I'm just gonna put some on the puncture pin here too. Oh yeah. Tip up. I'm late to the party, guys, so I'm sure you guys already knew that. Like literally, I don't think I could do that by hand. That's tight. I just bumped the end. I'm not cranking on it. Don't worry. Okay, let's go shoot it. All right, guys. First shot's fired. Bone stock, unmodified, factory Canadian, 6.5 joule version. I have a 12 gram CO2, Crossman CO2 loaded up in there that currently is known to be too short to puncture properly in my Hdp50, in my Umarex HDX. So, will it puncture in my HDR? I'm not gonna smack it, I'm gonna push it and see if it works. No cylinder in there right now. It did puncture with just a push. For all you pushers out there, it worked. I'm gonna shoot these, sorry, they may fall out, so I'm being very careful. What I would call too small for the factory cylinder, 12.4 millimeter, 3.5 gram riot balls. And let's chrono it, see what she does. I'm not going to change the CO2. Maybe I'll get a little break between loading drums. Cylinders. I gotta settle on something. What am I gonna call these things? Okay. 180. That's probably 7.5 joules. Well, it's consistent if anything. $172. $170. $166. $164. I think that was it. Ta-da! All right. We will do Mr. LLC's shaped projectiles next. These were weighed at 3.4 grams, bore size unknown. They fit well in the drum. I'm gonna call it a drum. I've decided drum. This is a drum, but it could be whatever you want to call it. Oh, gotta click that down. Remember, I'm new, guys. The name dummy in the channel is for a reason. It's never calling you guys dummies. There are no dumb questions. There are only dumb people. All right. 3.4 gram. Mr. LLC. $186. $178. 166. 162. Last one, I think. 166. Oh, there's one left. Pow! 164. Done. Okay. So far, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I mean, those are both 3.4, 3.5 grams respectfully. They were fairly consistent, so it's whatever joule rating that is. I don't know off the top of my head. It's consistent. These are 12.5 millimeter steel ball bearings weighing a massive 8 grams. And I say massive because it's probably a lot for a factory marker, but they do fit tightest of all the two projectiles that are already fired. So will it make for better numbers, or will it just make me look like a fool? We shall see. Hopefully it's over 100. This thing only measures to 100, or minimum 100. Oh, just snuck her in there, 102. And they're under 100 now. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm not even gonna chrono the 8.4 gram, 12.7 millimeter steel ball bearings, but I will shoot them. But first, I'm going to fish those 12.5 millimeters out of there so they don't get all mixed up. You know, spend my whole afternoon weighing steel balls, although I only shot 6, I know. I'll toss them back in my little baggie here. .4 gram. Oh, I guess gotta remember to put that thing down. Now, let's see if you can see how slow these are going, because I guarantee they're gonna be slow. You know what? Let's just try and chrono one anyways. That one seemed faster than I thought. No. There you have it, a very uneventful, not very exciting 7.5 joule marker on the box. Keep in mind, in some countries, this may be all you can have. So shooting the heavy projectiles does prove a point that you see a lot of other guys shooting this heavy steel balls and such. If you are limited to what you can have in your country, do not choose those heavy balls. It's quite obvious there. I mean, you may as well be throwing them at that point. Stick to the lighter stuff, or pepper rounds if you can. They would be far more effective in a 7.5 joule version marker like this. That is all for today with T4E Hdr50.
Not excited yet. I have an 11.5 joule valve to go in this. I'll show you that when I do it. I have some other tricks up my sleeve that may have trickled down from the Hdr50. Catch you on the next one, guys.